What's up, Hannah? Can you hear
How
us?
are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you are on the big screen. You can't see them, but they can see you.
Oh my gosh, hello! Yes!
So we just watched the Halloween episode from your season. Tell them a little bit about where you are in school and some of the experiences that you've had with your internships as well.
Yeah, so I go to Arizona State. I'm in the honors program there. I'm a double major in marketing and film, which is really great because I'm able to get both experiences, and that's not something that you can get at a lot of schools. So highly recommend ASU if you're interested. Let's see, so my sophomore year summer, I interned with NBC Universal in New York. So I was at 30 Rock, super glam, super cool. I was a marketing intern for their kids network, Sprout. Probably no one's heard of it. I didn't even know what it was. But basically the way that I got that, it was actually my first internship ever, so really technically not qualified for such like a prestigious internship program. But the way that I sort of made it happen was I went to New York, I emailed literal strangers and said, hey, can I meet up with you and just have a few minutes to learn from you? And all I did was ask people questions and just tried to learn about the career path and stuff like that, which of course I don't expect anyone to do in high school, but it's something to consider once you're in college. And basically, after I had met with this woman who I didn't know but just got to know, she basically she said, thanks for your interest in the marketing position, can you interview tomorrow? And I never even applied. So I interviewed, ended up, doing well, writing all my little thank you notes, like really going for it. And then I had the internship. So I did that. It was really great. I feel like I didn't end up loving marketing like I thought I would. That's something to keep in mind. You think you want to do something and then you actually try it and it's like not what you thought at all. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go for something more creative. So during my junior year, I interned for an advertising agency, and that's a really good route if I know you guys all make little videos. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing because I'm so popular. You guys all make videos and love to be creative and do stuff like that. Well, an advertising agency is a really great way if you're not necessarily looking to like live in LA, live in New York, do the whole Hollywood thing, because advertising agencies basically make the online videos, commercials, things like that for companies. So it's a really fun culture. Like, we played ping pong and foosball and like pet dogs and mess around all the time, but I got to make videos and edit and do graphic design and stuff like that. So I did that all of my junior year. So much fun. Totally recommend looking into that. And then this past summer, I worked for TLC, the Learning Channel, Honey Boo Boo, My 600-Pound Life, stuff like that, all my favorite shows. And I was a TV development intern. So basically that is, development is basically the before production phase of basically deciding what shows to make. So that consists of us saying, okay, what shows might be good? And it also consists of production companies and different producers and agents coming to us and saying, oh, we have this great idea, the show would look like this, we have this talent attached to it, what do you think? And I'd say 90% of the time it was like, no. But 10% of the time we say, okay, this is interesting, let's send it to the next level. And then once it passes the next level, it goes up, up, up. And then once it gets greenlit by an executive, which was the president of the network, then it went into production. So the odds of a show really going into production is like so small. As I'm sure you know, like in Hollywood, it's just crazy like that. But anyway, found out that I love TV development, particularly for unscripted, so like reality TV. I don't know, I don't like going with a plan, having to write out a script and stuff like that. I just, I never like doing those permits for his class, and I'm sure you do. I kind of like just going with it. But anyway, so now I'm totally gung-ho on, that's what I want to do. I want to do unscripted TV. I think I'm going to go work for an agent after graduation, like a talent agent, And basically the path is you got to be an executive assistant. So like literally answering phone calls, like yes, with a college degree, like answering phone calls, you know, getting their lunch, doing stuff like that. So yeah, it's a journey if you want to go this route. Back in high school, I was also looking into journalism because, you know, I hosted the show, and then I also did the sports segment, even though I had no idea about anything about sports. Like, that was a struggle. But basically, throughout my whole college career, I've been trying to just figure out what I want to do. I have to throw in a little, I don't know, sidebar. There's this book called Hollywood Drive. If you guys are interested in working in Hollywood, this is kind of more about film, not so much TV, but Hollywood Drive talks about what it takes to make it in the industry, what different jobs there are, because I feel like probably a lot of you guys maybe want to be directors, or, you know, I feel like it's like, okay, I'm going to be a director for film. But that's not the only route. There are so many different options. You can be a producer, you can be on the set, you can be off the set working in an office. Because on the set has really long hours, but it's kind of fun because you're on a crew and you're getting to see everything happen. But if you're in the office, you might get to make some higher level decisions. You have a 9-to-5 work schedule, which I prefer. So it really depends on, you know, what you want to do. But there's so many different paths you can go on, and I don't think that I knew that in high school. I always just thought it was like, oh, work on a film set, and that was kind of the only path. But there's so many different things you can do, which is awesome.
How do you think that your time...
Oh, sorry, turn your volume off.
Yeah. How do you think that the time in the CCA-TV classes helped prepare you for now?
Yeah, so I think definitely CCA-TV taught me that I was interested in filmmaking, because you guys have the opportunity to like hands-on make stuff, and that's really rare. I don't think a lot of other students at other schools get to do that. You guys are making stuff every single week, so really decide if that's something that you, not only that you like, but that you're good at. Are your skills suited to do this? I feel like I was pretty successful at it. I really enjoyed it, but some other people really didn't. So use this time to decide if it's something that, you know, you think you'd be good at. I think if you get a chance to be in front of camera, that's really awesome. Work on your public speaking skills, things like that. And then just working in a team, you know, like, don't be that team member that just sits around. Like, be the team member that really puts forth a lot of effort, because this class, it's what you put in, you'll get from it. And if you put nothing in, you'll get nothing out of it. So really give it your all, and really use this as a time to decide, like, if film or journalism or something like that is for you.
The other thing I was going to ask you too is what you've done some freelance work in college and made some money on the side with the film production skills that you have. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I think, let me think. So I've been able to, just because people know that I do film stuff, I kind of put it out there, you know, post on social media and stuff like that, like post pictures of you with your camera. If you're on a shoot, like, post about it. As silly as that sounds, people then know, oh, Hannah does videos. I need a video for, you know, I've done videos for people's applications to internships. I've done videos for political campaigns on campus. I've done videos for just whatever. And people want these skills, and they will give you money for it. So the strategy is kind of offer to do some stuff for free at first, build your portfolio, build your resume, and then once you're kind of good at it and you can show a client, like, hey, I've done this, this, and this, I charge, you know, $50 an hour or $100 an hour or whatever you feel comfortable charging. People want your services. So just first prove that you can do it for people and prove that you've had success. And if you do it for free, it's really low stress, so it's not a big deal. And then just, you know, post, hey, I am willing to do, you know, whether it's video editing or it's, you know, cinematography or it's producing or whatever it might be, post about it, tell people, and you'll realize that your skills are so valuable and people are looking for those skills. Everything is video these days, so just kind of go for it.
What do you think the most important thing you have gotten out of doing multiple internships, and then why would you recommend them?
Yeah, internships are everything. First off, experience. No. First off, finding out what you want to do with your life. Because like I said, I worked for NBC doing marketing. That's what I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to work in marketing for a TV network. That was my goal. And then I realized, oh my God, I actually don't like this at all. So you have to try something out for a little bit of time before you commit your whole life to it. It's not really in it for the money. You don't make that much money, but the networking is amazing because those are people who are going to serve as references for you when you need real jobs. And in the entertainment industry, if that's what you're looking into getting into, you need those contacts because, like for example, my internship this summer, there were 15,000 applicants and only 150 interns. So the people who get those positions, it just is so much more helpful when you know someone and you get to know someone by starting off in your first internship. Like, you have to do internships. I can't stress it enough. And by the time I graduate, they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's done 3 internships. Like, she already knows what's happening. She's qualified. Even if they're in different things, that's great too. You try out marketing, you try out production, you try out journalism, try out all these different things if you're interested in them, because it'll show employers that you understand so many facets of the business, not just one particular area. So I really can't stress it enough. Like, you have to do them, and they're fun, so do them.
All right, any of you guys have questions for Hannah? Anyone?
Oh my gosh, come on.
Bring it. You have to come back here, Dylan. If somebody else has a question, just come hang out back here. You can ask after Dylan.
Dude, I'm so chill. Just come talk to me.
Hello. Dylan's co-host season number 16.
Oh, hello. Yes. Okay.
So I was going to ask about your hosting while you were hosting CCA-TV. Like, what is the most important tip that you have for a host?
That's a good question. I think I look back and I wish I had been more, I don't want to say authentic, but had really just gone for it. Like, I feel like I was kind of worried about what people would think, and I wasn't just I feel like I could have been more silly and just really gone for it. And I don't know. Do people criticize your show and stuff like that? People did that to me.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
People will come up to me and be like, "You weren't funny," and I was like, "Okay." But yeah, I think it's just not being afraid to really go for it and push the boundaries and make something that people will remember. Yeah. And also, I feel like, I don't know who. I think I may have watched an episode of yours, but I had a bunch of older boys in my group, and I let them really dominate the content, and I was too afraid to say what I thought could be funny. You gotta just throw everything out there, throw out wild ideas, throw out something crazy, and just see if it'll work.
Yeah.
There's no bad ideas when you brainstorm, so I think just really go for it and make it memorable. That would be my advice. 10 minutes later.
Hey, what season were you guys, Hannah? Do you remember what number? Yeah, I don't either. It's 9, 10, or 11.
Yeah, 10? I don't know. I was with Sam Sorokin, I don't know. Couldn't tell you, but it was a good time.
Anyone else? Questions for Hannah before we wrap this up? Perry. Hannah, you should have answered Dylan's question with, listen to Mr. Raines.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Mr. Raines.
Hello.
Hi.
So, my question is confidence in public speaking just a trait you've always had or something you've had to build up?
I did theater my whole life, musical theater, so you kind of have to in that sense and put yourself out there. But yeah, it takes a lot of practice. And if you're not comfortable with it, I think it's doing little things. Like, for example, you just coming up and even asking a question, like that's very brave. Sometimes that even makes me kind of nervous. It's like always pushing yourself to do the uncomfortable. And yeah, just practice. Like if it makes you nervous, then be the person who's acting in your spot that where you're 20 that week. Like really just go for it. There's this quote I heard, fear means go. So if you're fearful about something, you have to go for it. But yeah, it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. So do everything you can to get better at it, because it is one of the most valuable things that you can have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hannah, you know, one of the things that we stress a lot in this class in particular is deadlines. How has that played out in college and in your career?
Oh my gosh. Deadlines are everything. Once you get to college, there's none of this like, oh, you know, I was sick, I couldn't do the assignment. Oh, you know, something's going on, like I forgot it, like I'm late, I forgot to get this part. Like there's no sympathy. It's just like, okay, -10, like -20, fail, whatever it might be. They're not mean about it, but it's just like, you're an adult, you know, get it together. And in the workplace, there's certainly no missing a deadline. You know, you have the time, so get it done, be effective about it. Wow, I haven't thought about this in so long, since like high school. But yeah, once you get to this level, there's no excuse for it. And if you miss deadlines, you'll just fall behind. So use this time to practice, you know, your project management skills. You know, this class is stuff that you can put in your resume and said, you know, I managed, do you guys do spots every 2 weeks, like usual? You know, project managed videos every 2 weeks, you know, you have to phrase it right for your resume, but like, you know, creating on-time delivery every single week. Like that's stuff that employers are looking for, that your colleges are looking for. That's really impressive. So do it right while you're in class, and your peers will be impressed, Mr. Rains will be impressed, and these are people that can refer you to things, that connect you to things. So really make a good impression in this class, because these are the people who you could be working with in the future.
Cool. All right, thanks Hannah. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Congrats on your success.
Oh. Cool.
See you later.
Bye.